Sagittarius.
Hello Sagittarius, this is your forecast for December 2015, and we're looking at what now is going to unfold for you here this month. Now December is starting off with a Sun-Saturn conjunction, which actually starts off on the very last day there of November, and but it's still active here on December 1st. The Sun being you and Saturn having to do with making some decisions that are quite important for you. These two planets meets up once a year, and this year it's in your first house. And so it has to do with you looking at something that can be structurally secure, new beginnings in the area of self. There is perhaps also a contract that could come into the picture, which Saturn can secure. Where you're heading right now, you have a lot going on in that first house, which has to do with you, your personality, your needs, and so forth. And you have the Sun, you got Mercury, the new moon, and Saturn here. And so this should allow you now to start moving forward and expressing your needs and what it is you want to start accomplishing. So Mercury here in your birth sign, happy birthday. This is your birthday month, Sagittarius. And so this is going to allow you to communicate in your own Jupiterian way, which is with a lot of humor, optimism, and you're feeling really good about expressing your vision and what it is you're taking upon yourself right now. And not only that, but on December 1st, that Mercury is trining Uranus. So expect a change of rhythm. Maybe your timing is changing. Maybe you're starting up on something creative, because Uranus is in your 5th house for creativity, and Uranus always likes to think outside of the box, do something exciting, or start something creative that could be very energetic and inspiring for you. We have a little bit of a challenge that you're going to be up against there between the 4th and the 6th, give it to the 7th. So that first week, all right, of December might present to you a situation where you have to be very clear on what it is you speak, what it is you act, what it is perhaps actions that you indicate. Why? And that is because Mars is going to be squaring off on Pluto after Mercury has had this run-in with Jupiter on the 4th, which means there's a conversation whether something is right or wrong. Jupiter always comes from that higher perspective on what is morally right or wrong. So this conversation, which is Mercury and Jupiter, they might have a little bit of a clash, a little bit of a misunderstanding. If it isn't resolved there, well then on the 6th it can escalate to the next step when Mars is coming in here squaring off on this Pluto. Now Pluto is in your 2nd house. It has to do with your financial situation. Mars is coming from the 11th house, so it has to do with either a group or an organization, or it could be within the circle of friends. Whatever that is, you're just going to have to balance it out and make a decision. And I feel what is going to be somewhat supportive and helpful to you is that the Sun and Mars will be sextile in a good aspect here between you yourself, the 1st house, and then Mars there in the 11th. So you're going to figure it out at least by the 10th. So that gives you a whole week to actually work through whatever this situation is. And then I see there's a resolve. Mars and Uranus is going to be at odds. They're going to be opposing one another. Mars will take an action that will liberate that whole situation there. And Uranus is in your 5th house. That has to do with creativity, the business that you own, has to do with love and love relationships, or also you and a creative project. So, but it's going to give and then it's going to liberate. Now after that, I feel that you can start celebrating the holidays because all the aspects hereafter are going to be good throughout the rest of the year. Starting already on the 11th here, for those of you having your birthday on the 11th, well, wow, you've got great aspects. And that will follow you for an entire year coming up. That is Venus and Neptune, which are trining. Venus being romantic and Neptune being ultra romantic, very spiritual. It's like that cosmic love coming in. So circle this on your calendar. And not only that, but you will have also the visit of the new moon coming in here. So it implies new beginnings in whatever undertaking it is you're doing here on this day. Now, not only is it good for love and romance, but Venus also rules money. So if you're starting or launching something here on the 11th, well, that shows that the money in your aspiration, in your project, is good. And the new moon ensuring that you will have a whole year until next year when they meet up here, but then probably they won't be exact to Neptune. So you have the addition of Neptune, which is your vision, to be with you. On the 17th, we have Venus and Pluto. They're trine. So if you thought the 11th was romantic, wait for the 17th. Not only romantic, but it's passionate. So, and both of them rule money. Venus is a money planet. Pluto is a big money planet. So on this day, it would be good to either sign some contracts or have some good negotiations if you're thinking about partnering with somebody. And I say that because Venus here has just, in October coming through the beginning of November, been in a place where you could have made some strides, some efforts, some new connections, or some new creative ideas that now you can actually start acting upon. The 19th also, so between the 17th and the 19th, on the 19th, Mercury is here conjuncting Pluto. And it is in your second house for money and income. So you could see here any agreements that you are looking at should prove powerful. Always think about Pluto and the word power together. And the power is with you in the second house for money and income. On December 24th, it is Christmas Eve for those of you who celebrate it. On the eve, beautiful aspects, Venus and Jupiter sextile. And this will give you a sense and a feel of joy, gratitude, happiness, and just the feeling of bliss. So I see happy children because it's also a time for the children. It's such a generous year. And like I've mentioned in the other scopes too, that we've had a few years here past where when Uranus and Pluto was squaring and the other planets coming in, there could have been issues or travel delays and whatnot. But this year it just seems to be good, easy, calm, smooth for those of you who will be traveling as well. And on the 25th, Christmas Day, for those of you who celebrate that, not only do you still have Venus and Jupiter here, but Mercury is now into the crowd, also with a trine to Jupiter. So there is that warmth, family feeling, and joined with the full moon. So a full moon, Christmas Eve. I hope for all of those of you who live up north, who have a lot of snow, that you will have a crispy clear evening with that full moon and make all that snow glitter into millions of stars, right? So happy holidays on that. And then on the 29th, you have the sun, which is you, and Neptune coming in. Now, sextile is you powering up towards what it is you want, your intentions for the new year. So you're already starting to project yourself into New Year's. And so listen to your inspirations. Neptune will inspire you to something quite special that you might just really want to take hold of and bring with you into 2016, because there is dream. It's something attaching to your dream, your higher vision. So listen here, Sagittarius, I wish you happy holidays. Have a wonderful one, and I will see you again next month.